two businesses, one business.
Well, good evening, everyone on Zoom and here in the audience. This is our MAC meeting for Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2025. I am standing in for our chair. He couldn't make it at the last 2 minutes, so with me being vice chair, I will be leading this meeting. Seems like we're gonna have a pretty quick meeting this evening due to a couple of cancellations and a couple of things that we could not foresee. But, we're gonna really have a pretty short meeting this evening, so everyone can, get back to their own home children. So with that, we're gonna start this meeting, and if I may have our staff to call roll.
Councilmember Princess Robinson. Here. Vice Chair. Meredith.
Here.
Councilmember Latifa. Here. And absent, we have Don and Lauren.
Okay, and with that, we do have a form.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for the roll call, not your staff, Tanya. Public comments is now on the floor. Anyone on Zoom or in the audience? We start with the audience here and then we turn it on to Zoom. Yes, please.
Question, Cynthia Jordan. I have a question. So we have a quorum, right? So do
Yes.
we approve the agenda or the minutes from the month before last or what?
That's very good. Thank you for taking me back to that.
Okay.
So with that, and it's not, it is here, I really sorry. I looked at the public comment, it was out of order. Somewhat public comment was first.
Well, the public comment, usually some people in the audience will suggest to pull something from the agenda, from consent to the agenda. So that's why a standard is to have public comment first before approving the agenda in case you or the audience recommends us moving items around the agenda.
Right, and that is the decision,
That's like a
board
standard, yeah.
to make that decision. Okay, did you hear the clarification?
Okay. So we're back at public comment, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I would just like to thank everybody for supporting
Oh,
my
yeah.
annual senior Thanksgiving event that I have out here in Oakley, and also send donations to my church in North Richmond, New Hope Church. So I was able to send them about 50 bags of produce and some turkey. So that was all good. And I just want to say, just looking at Annie, it's good to see Annie because we grew up together and we like some of the few that's left from North Richmond. And this month, last month, we had quite a few passed away in North Richmond that we grew up with. So just glad to see you, girl.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you may hear me not being disrespectful, but sometimes it slips up and I'll say cookie. But it is Cynthia, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia. Okay, now, is anyone else on Zoom before we get into our audience? Seeing none? You know, I'm not waiting. Okay, we don't see any. Yes, sir.
I don't know if I should bring this up or not, because no one is here to represent the two agencies to probably answer the question, but I brought this to the attention of the board, back in 2021. Still had an issue with street sweeper.
Okay.
Progress with the police ticketing car, because the street sweeper just driving down the street, leaving the street, the car is still being parked, and two, to my recollection, I was born and raised like a 18-wheel diesel trucks did not come through residential areas. And I brought this up before, and the sheriff's department said it was on highway patrol, and highway patrol was there, but highway patrol, they said they would check into it. These diesel trucks coming down in North Richmond, ever since they built the parkway, they come through North Richmond just to go to Deep Foot. And they also come to North Richmond just to go to another business over there right down the street from you for it. Why can't they take Brookside Drive off Richmond Parkway, come down Rumbrail, and come across the tracks and make a right turn right there? There's been several accidents with that involve 18-wheelers out here. I've only been hit 3 times by 18-wheelers. So what's the progress on stopping 18-wheelers from coming out here? Because if I have to, I will get with community members and we will start blocking these 18-wheelers when we see them coming down the street. Because my recollection, residential areas are not truck routes for 18-wheelers. Box trucks and delivery trucks, understandable, but 18-wheel trucks, especially coming from utility, when it can just come down rubber versus coming through the community. And it also puts kids in danger because they also come through doing, when school is shut down, they're very unusual.
I remember doing a lot of work around that, around like the trucks being able to drive through here. And I do know that when new businesses come here to talk with us, that we definitely always ask about that. Even so much to the point we ask like, are you monitoring your trucks and the routes that they're taking, you know, the cameras that they're using? I also will say that there's a lot of new businesses and smaller businesses on the parkway and around North Richmond now too, that also use these delivery trucks that are also driving in the neighborhood. But, Tanya, do you remember what we did around that?
I think CHP at one point was active in North Richmond. They haven't been active for a while now, and it's been hard to get a hold of them, like we've tried in our office. So I think it's just one of those that we have to probably call the headquarters and see what's going on, because they keep telling us it was a staffing issue. That's why they weren't here or active anymore. So, yeah.
But we did request them to at least monitor when when there's a high traffic, like from 3 to 5 or something.
Yeah, at one point there was Abernathy. He was very good when he was here, and he would stand there and like stop people and like tell them the correct route and everything. So I'm hoping we get someone similar. I think it's a really like case by case, like we either have a really active officer or we don't. So I think maybe I can ask Supervisor Joy, he can elevate it within CHP and see if they can send someone that could be more active, because they even have a satellite office, like right next to the CHCC offices, is meant for them to kind of be there and spend more time in the community. So I can also bring that up. And in regards to the street sweeping, you know, we did have Deputy Sakai, who started to, like his plan, right? He started to ticket some of the vehicles when he could and everything. After he left, now we have Deputy Ironman, so I think it's like an onboarding, you know, piece where we have to like bring him up to speed, and he needs to kind of take that on, like kind of, you know, start where he left off with Deputy Sakai, where he left off. Because I think that in the transition, he kind of didn't. He was, I don't think he's aware of the work that Deputy Sakai was doing.
Okay, so before I jump in, is Kevin? I'm sorry, you know, I thought it was Kevin. Okay, so Keith, what we're gonna do, I thoroughly understand your frustration, because I've brought it up several times about that. I know that we have been working on 2 things. The street sweeper, since I have moved back into the unincorporated area, I'm not North Richmond, but I'm moved back into my homestead, okay? And I think they sweep on Fridays, and I think they sweep on, is it Friday, on the other end, they do Monday, they do Monday, okay? I noticed them going straight down the middle of the street. And I've already documented, since I've been back, who goes straight down the street, so I'm just ready to put my case together, okay? So that's one. So that's one, so we have to see, and I'll give it to you.
I have a question.
Yes.
They go straight down the main
Straight
street,
up, down.
even if the cars
straight down there, and they're supposed to be tagging, and that's another thing, but we're not gonna hold up, this can last for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do this, we're not gonna have that conversation.
Okay.
That's gonna be a sidebar conversation where we're gonna get it together, because I've already started documenting, of how he goes straight down. And one of the things, they're supposed to be ticketing the cars, and they're supposed to go from one side to the other, and they're not doing it. The other thing, and I'm gonna close out with this other thing about the trucks that are coming down Market, it won't hurt for them to make a left turn and go over those tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they come straight down Market.
Yeah.
We talked about that also, and plus the chair, Don has looked into some stuff also. So we're gonna bring those items back, like I said, it's a conversation, but we need those individuals that are responsible to see why they're doing and they're not holding, but.
Well, I actually ran one down, making a turn off on Market, on the Craig Jackson. I asked him, you do know that you're not supposed to be driving through this residential area, and you can go through it, you pull it, and I knew it was you pulling because it had the smashed car on the back.
Right,
His answer to me was, it takes too long to go to Richmond Park.
right, so we're gonna curtail that, and the action that the action as being a community person, I think that is a good idea.
Yeah.
And you hear it from me.
Okay.
Okay.
Say, and start
Y'all can
documenting
put that down, y'all can put that down.
the names that are on the trucks, because a lot of trucks, some of them don't have names or something like that, you can start documenting the
Well,
names of
it's-
the trucks, or like,
Well,
and all of these businesses around us that has trucks, like, we need to know who got delivery trucks from.
well, again,
Yeah, just 2 weeks ago, I followed one, they came out, it was 1:30 in the morning. He got off of Richmond Parkway, came down Grand Junction, turned up Market, went across the tracks, parked there in the food barn parking lot, and cut his lights on.
so, yeah, so we're gonna have to really crack down, really crack down on that, they don't understand that, we've been at this for quite some time, and it's time for us to cease.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut it right now, but for our other council, we want to chime in with him and, and have, we need time to document, do so, we're gonna do so. So we're gonna keep it moving, okay? So it's not anyone else. Okay, so, and anyone else in the audience, we doing, public comments before we accept the approval of the agenda and minutes. Would you have anything to say?
I'm here because we like to build a house, a duplex. I think in the
Are you on
agenda.
you on the
Mhm. She's on the agenda.
You're on the agenda, okay,
Yeah.
fine, okay, good, I just didn't wanna overlook you. Okay, so with that, now, we're going to item 3, Cynthia, we at item 3, and item 3 is to review and approve the, December agenda, and to look at the October notes, if everyone had time to look over the minutes, the notes for October, and I would like to have, a motion to approve. Motion to approve the October notes and,
The agenda,
yes, ma'am.
a motion to approve the October notes in the agenda for the next.
Thank you, may I have a second, please? Okay, and Council Latifa just, seconded. Okay, and all in favor, this is warm. All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Hearing none. Approval for the December agenda and the, approval for the October notes minutes. Thank you. Okay, code enforcement, do we have anybody from code enforcement? Staff?
Law enforcement. I don't see anyone from the sheriff, but I do see, Lucas from Richmond Police Department, Lieutenant Lucas.
Okay,
Good evening.
good evening.
How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
I trust everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Yes,
And you as well? Thank you.
I did. Thank you very much. I have a brief update for my side of the tracks.
Okay,
So when last I was here 30 days ago, Unfortunately, do have some bad news. I know this isn't in your particular neighborhood, but it does affect the city of Richmond as a whole. We did suffer another homicide, which took place in the Central District in the 1400 block of Bissell Avenue. That uh, homicide is still currently under investigation, and we're doing our very best to try to track down some leads. So, moving on with your specific area, we responded to in the last 30 days 482 calls for service, which was actually a decrease of about 7% over the last 30 from the last 30 days. We took 53 incident reports and made 9 arrests, all of which are also down from the last 30 days. Some of our top calls for service in the area were for abandoned vehicles, which our parking enforcement officers mostly responded to, either ticketed or towed. Um, 911 disconnects where someone called 911, hung up, and we couldn't get them back on the phone, so we sent an officer to check to make sure everything was all right. Audible alarms. Stolen vehicles, we responded to 13 stolen vehicles. 9 of those were recovered. Loud music calls and 14 parking violations. The number one call for service again was for abandoned vehicles. We responded to 83 calls in your neighborhood for abandoned vehicles, some of which were red tag to be towed in 72 hours. Some were towed. Others we found out folks were living out of. So we contacted City Services, Core, SOS, and through our crime prevention unit, we made contact with those individuals to offer them services and see if they would be willing to enter into our buyback program. And that particular process is still ongoing with the folks that we've made contact with. Um, Other than that, I don't have any other updates. I'm not sure if well, I do have an announcement. Not sure if everybody saw the news on social media or through the press release from the city manager's office that the city of Richmond Police Department has named a new chief of police who will take over for Chief Bisa French in January, which is the assistant chief. Assistant Chief Tim Simmons was officially named our new chief of police today. So I'm not sure if you all knew about that, but he will be representing our department moving forward. We are excited about that because we're able to keep that particular job function in-house. Um, I do want to actually touch on something real quick, and then I'll take some questions. I heard the gentleman talk about the big rigs on surface streets
Yes.
and the sheriff either not responding or responding to those in a specific way. So one of the things about the about big rigs, one, I have a question. Were those, because I don't know, the big rigs that you're observing on the city streets, are they towing a trailer or is it just the cab?
No, they're fully, and he can speak also from my observance. They're fully cab. They might have a load, I don't know what's carrying in the inside, but the 18 wheelers are connected with the cab. It is
Okay.
not pulling a trailer, it is not just the front of the cab, it's a full connected 18 wheeler.
Okay,
And
that's what I was curious because I know that the way it's kind of enforced is based on weight. So if you just have the cab with no trailer being pulled, and on some surface streets, an 18-wheeler can't actually drive down it, because they don't have the trailer being pulled behind it. It's just the truck, the cab itself, and it's under the weight that's allowed on that particular street unless it's posted somewhere. But if you're telling me that these 18-wheel they're actually pulling loads, then they're not supposed to be on surface streets at all. Um, I will actually talk to Lieutenant Deaches, who's our traffic lieutenant, and bring this to his attention since we share, responsibility with the sheriff in your neighborhood, and see if we can get our traffic unit out there. Um, you said I heard between 3 and 5 p.m. Is that correct?
well, it's this during any time, because one of the things, like he expressed that, he noticed and spoke to one, and they looked for it as a shortcut. Instead of going its route that it is assigned, they would rather make a shortcut and come through the community, which is a no-no.
No,
Number
yeah,
one, it's too heavy for our pipes, and our infrastructure. This is
absolutely,
not allowed on the surface streets, they damage the pipes. The
absolutely.
other thing is they're right off of Market, when they can make that left turn and go directly over the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
The Southern Pacific track, the Union Pacific track, they can go over the track and make that turn, whatever is necessary in order to, continue on their route. Instead of coming through
The
Market
neighborhood.
and making a left and going up Fred Jackson, or making a right in order to hit Fred Jackson at the north end. They can either go north, they sometimes go north, and they go south, the route of Fred Jackson.
No, I understand exactly what you're talking about. So yeah, I will touch base because I'll see him tomorrow morning with Lieutenant Deschus and see if we can get our traffic officers out that way to start monitoring that as well with along with the sheriff to see if we can curb that because you're right, those heavy trucks are going to damage the street and cause damage to drainage pipes and other stuff like that, and it's just going to wind up costing everybody in the long run. So um, I'll see what we can do.
Okay, and the other thing, and it just slipped my mind, that I was gonna ask you about. The trucks that once you talk with the other officers, another thing is that the parking, on the side of Market, this is the non-incorporated area, but as you come over the tracks, it's a tendency of these trucks, they'll line up and they will park on the street, and they'll park for quite enough time, these 18-wheelers. So I don't know if it's designated for them to have for a rest area, it has been told to the community it's a rest area, but you have to line up and down Market, from 6th and Market, right you pull it right from the tracks into the community. So we've noticed a lot of those 18-wheelers just sitting there. So that's another thing, that you probably would want to investigate and see what's going on.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll have them look into that as well. Thank you.
okay, and thank you.
Not a problem. Does anyone? Oh, I also heard the street sweeping mentioned. Um, Someone said that the street sweepers aren't actually sweeping the side of the street; they're just driving right down the middle of the street.
Right down the middle of the street.
So I'm not sure if the vehicle, if you see that happening, you should be reporting that to the city.
Well, it's funny that you say that, officer, because he doesn't just make one street down in the middle of the street. He'll come back 2 or 3 times.
Uh,
Just to spend up the time to say that he did what he had to do.
and that's my point. If that's happening, you're seeing it, that should be being reported to
Yeah.
the city because,
But the cars never move from one side to the other.
well, that,
And I'm a taxpayer, they never sweep in front of my door.
okay.
Okay, if I don't get out there and sweep, because I have cars parked on. Each time he comes out, for one day, he might travel up and down that street, in the community about 3 times, but he's going down the center of the road because there's nobody there to ticket those cars or when the street sweeper come out for that particular day.
Now is that an unincorporated rich or that an unincorporated
This
area?
is unincorporated, this is not the city, you're from the city, this is not the city, this is the unincorporated area.
And Public Works was informed, County Public Works about.
So they, right, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
So they should have something in writing. I know they have it in writing in the city, because I came from over the city side also. The city side of North Richmond for some time had someone from the city to actually go before the street sweeper and tag the cars. Now, with that, I don't know if it's still happening over on the city side, but I know it is not existing over here on the county side.
Oh, no, it's still happening on the city side because we get complaints all the time from folks who get tickets because they didn't move their vehicle.
And
Um,
so you're looking at lost revenue. If if the city keeps talking about revenue, they losing lost revenue. Because I feel like there's a health hazard. If the streets is not properly swept the way it's supposed to, and people pay for this. Taxpayers pay for this.
hmm Okay.
Okay?
Was there any other questions that anyone else had while I'm here?
Questions or complaints? No, anybody else? No, that's it. Okay, thank you so very much, and if you need to contact me, I'll give you my contact number, you can contact me through our staff here.
Okay, perfect.
Annie Meredith,
What was it again? I'm sorry.
Annie King Meredith, Vice Chair for the MAC.
Got
And matter of fact, I'll put my email out, I don't care, anybody can call me.
it.
I'll give my email, because if I don't want to talk to you, I don't have to talk to you, but my email is akingmeredith@yahoo.com. So you can touch base with me there, okay?
All right, will do. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
You have a good evening.
You as well.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, that was nice. So we don't have to share, right? No share? Nobody else, any other law enforcement? Okay, well, we're moving on. Okay, so country council planning permit recommendations for the CDD P25-03017.
Yes.
And CDL P25-02040. Do we have that individual here?
Yes, she's representing the 030
Gertrude Avenue,
03017.
yeah, it's for a duplex, correct?
Okay, but stand, yeah, come on, stand,
Okay,
let's speak, you're on, yeah.
Okay,
So, yeah, right here, right, you have the paperwork?
No.
That's so they can hear you on Zoom then.
Well, we
Okay,
have-
before she starts, can she give her name, please?
Yes, please.
my name is Carla del Carpio.
Okay,
Oh.
can you spell it for us so you can put it down?
My name is Carla del Carpio, and I'm here because we like to build a duplex in Gertrude Avenue, Richmond. And each duplex has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. The lot is 5,000. And the area for both is around 2,100, 2,120, I think, square feet.
Do you have your paperwork with you? You have no paperwork with you?
Oh,
For us to,
I have plans,
Well,
if you
yeah,
like.
did you bring anything with it?
It's this one right here.
Right, okay, so, because we got 2, and I'm trying to find out exactly.
It's the one that says Carpio property is the dash, is the last 5 digits is 03017.
Okay, wait a minute, I'm looking at county file. Okay, wait a minute.
There's 2 of them in there.
Right, but I got,
Alex's and then there's Caprio properties, right?
what's my?
Yeah, and she, with
Without looking at it at home.
So the Alex one is separate.
it's separate.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, that's what I'm.
So
I only got one.
we're only voting on
Okay,
Carpio.
okay. So, I'm sorry. So, with you doing a presentation, we just like for you to reiterate what you are asking, so not only we're hearing, and also individuals on Zoom also are hearing what is going on. So, again, you all bear with me, I don't have my other one, and I just got my council Well, yeah,
This is zero, Gertrude, so what is the actual address, or what's the cross street?
The closest street, Gertrude, is Ruby Avenue. Ruby Avenue in the west, cross, Gertrude Avenue,
okay.
yeah.
And I think it's late on the screen, but, she's looking at doing two duplexes, right, on an empty lot. It's currently an empty lot.
Yes, it's empty lot right now, and we like to build a duplex.
One duplex.
Yes, one duplex, of course,
So,
2 story.
okay, so my question, go ahead, no, go ahead.
Yes,
No, go ahead.
2 story, 2 parking lots, two garage with 2 spaces. Driveway, a small backyard, side yard too. Yeah,
And you
Basically.
submitted your development plan for it already?
yes.
I'm looking for it. Right,
Gertrude,
Gertrude and Ruby,
Avenue,
so, yeah,
I see a Ruby Avenue, but Ruby Avenue don't cross Berkeley.
is,
I think it's Gertrude and Grove.
Yeah, Ruby Avenue. don't
Grove
cross-
too, is
Yeah, Ruby Avenue don't cross Berkeley.
that's what I'm looking at.
Ruby Avenue is in the south and Grove is, sorry, in the west, and Grove Avenue is in the east.
Gertrude Grove and Ruby all run parallel in the same direction, so they don't cross, so it had to be another cross street.
So, okay, so I'm looking at West Chesley, that's at the end over here, it's far west. Ruby is next to the campus that is gonna be developed, that's Ruby.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to see how far are you from the campus, are you on
So
the
it's right
corner?
there on the screen, like, if you see,
If she can point
see
it out.
that little block right here, that little.
yes, correct. This one is the lot, the
That's
two
the
lots.
lot.
The little red.
And Ruby Avenue is this one, you see? Gertrude Avenue, Ruby Avenue is near to Ruby Avenue.
Yeah, she's on Gertrude and Ruby Avenue and First Street is kind of like the two streets she's sandwiched between.
Yeah.
Cause you're right, they do run parallel to each other.
And so you're saying right now, that's an empty lot?
It's an
Yes.
empty lot.
But it's two parcels.
It's too
Yes.
far.
Are you
correct.
combining the lots?
No, it's one. When I was in the city, they told me, no, it's only one.
She only owns one of those two. There are two empty parcels. She only owns one of them and she's proposing to do a duplex.
Oh,
Okay, and this is in the city of Richmond, right?
Yeah.
This is on the
No,
county because.
it's on the
I'm
county.
looking at the county right
Well,
here.
only one of the parcels is in the city.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. You're looking at Chesley and Ruby. Chesley and Ruby above. Malcolm and all that is in the unincorporated area. This part that's blocked in that red, is she's inside that red? You're
She's in that red?
Block red. Okay,
She's in
that
the
little
red.
block red is the city of Richmond.
I was in the county and they told me
Really?
She's in the
Yes.
county.
yes.
She's in the county part of
I-
that side of her.
I apply and
For the county? Okay.
yes, and it is approval for design.
Okay, so what is the size of the lot, did you say, let me see what.
It's 5,000 square feet.
Yes.
5,000 square
And
feet,
then the
5,000.
development is 2,400 square feet.
so we cut that in half, 2,500, so that fits, so that's not that 150, so it's.
How long have you guys been in business?
In the business, like 12 years.
12 years?
Yes.
How many properties do you own?
Here in Richmond, we built, in front of this lot, we have a property, it's the 27 Gertrude Avenue. And we have another property in the Wheeler three nineteen Wheeler Avenue.
Willard Avenue?
Yes,
Okay.
319 is pink house with brown
You
and
said it,
it's
it's on the east, it's on the west side?
big pile.
I'm sorry, is the west end of Willard or the east end of Willard?
Is I think
What's
it's
the
like
address, and I can tell you?
319 Wheeler Avenue.
319.
Yes, it's in the maybe east because
Oh, well,
crossing,
that's, yeah, that's the city.
it's crossing the Fred Jackson, it's
Right,
the
that's
city.
Anything toward the hills, that's east, and anything toward the water is west.
Okay.
Okay, so, you come before us to do what?
Approve
Okay.
approve the development
We can
plan.
track, we can ask them questions already, okay. So you've already did what is, required of you to do, so I'm seeing what has been requested and what you have checked off. So only thing you can do is make sure that you have met with us, the MAC, North Richmond MAC, and we know of what you're doing at this point. So by hearing that, and for this particular car show, if I got it right, okay? And your name is
Carla,
Al.
Carla del Carpio.
Carl.
Oh, so it's Carla, I said.
Yeah. Did you talk to any of the neighbors? You said it's gonna be 2 stories. Did you
Yes.
talk to any of the neighbors
About
about the?
Yes, the county, yes, the county sent a letter for the neighbors. And we passed the period that, yeah, so,
And y'all did that?
and we know the neighbors because we built the house in front. This lot, and the duplex are for my children, for my son, and my daughter. Thank you.
So, those are the two right behind the red fence.
So, I don't know, it looks better right here, if y'all see it online.
Yeah, okay.
And I was looking on Google, the red fence, so you take it out?
Is there a red fence up there? It looks like it on my paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a fence, yeah.
Is it?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah, I think yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, while she walked away, does the property have an address? It's, it's in the 100 block of Gertrude Avenue. What's the address? 32, 34?
That's why I'm looking for it right now.
0 Gertrude Avenue.
Yeah, we don't have numbers yet.
It's
Oh,
all lots have numbers.
It's an empty lot.
Yeah, but empty lot, if it was once, okay.
All lots have numbers.
Okay, if it once had a homestead there before, have it ever been built on before?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, if it has ever been built on, it has been identified for a number. The number will change once that structure be there, okay?
Correct.
And I'm telling you from experience, from having one parcel that was identified from the old number, but when the new parcel and the structure was built, it was identified by another number.
Yes.
So it has an old existing number, because if something was built there before, anything, a structure had ever been built on that parcel?
No,
Yeah.
no, the
My guy is like, this guy born to read right there. Never been a house.
It's never been a house, so you start from scratch.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
It's empty lot.
Empty lot, got you, okay. Okay, so, with that, may I have any other discussion before we move?
I would like to, know what this housing inventory site means, because it says yes here, so what does that mean? That means like they're increasing our housing size, or is this like a lot from the county?
Let me see what
Did you purchase a lot from the county, like?
We purchased the lot from one, for the other owner, the old owner.
Okay, so it
Yeah.
had a private owner.
Yes,
Okay.
like, maybe 2 years ago.
So let's take feedback again. I'm happy, it takes me, I just clarified since she said that. Again, has a structure ever been built?
No. You're just greenery.
Just a partial.
Just a partial
It's just
greenery.
a parcel.
Just,
I think-
okay, just a
I
partial.
believe because it's 0 West Road, that's the address that it's giving here. I think you're right, nothing has ever been built.
Yeah,
And once the
okay.
structure's there, they'll give her
Right.
access.
Okay,
Before you get the contract, that part that she's referring to, at least when I'm looking at, that was all. Everything,
okay, the nursery, I wonder if what she has to do with any.
But even though if there's never been a house built on the lot, but all the lots in North Richmond have numbers on them. It's lot such and such, lot such and such. Yeah, all the lots have numbers.
Yeah, but it's there, okay. So thank you, Cynthia, for that. Just reiterating what you said. Okay, so, did you have any other questions? My councilman, how about you?
I just wanted to find out what you were referring.
What you referring to? Okay. Just one moment, we're gonna move it on, we're gonna continue, because right now, we are almost done, okay? Before we make a motion, okay?
The lot number Google is saying is 224.
224 Ruby?
It just says lot number 224.
Okay, well, that would be identified when they did the postal and stuff like that. Okay, so are we clear? Clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I still, do we have an answer to Francis' question?
No, I think that would be part of the planning department. I would need to ask Allison about that. Because this is a standard application from the county, so they fill this part out. She doesn't fill that out. They fill it out.
and with that, I'm glad you mentioned that.
I can ask her. I'll put it in.
And on the backside, are you looking on the backside? Where they have the check off, okay. Okay. So far we see you did your due diligence, things have been checked off. At least it's come to us, and you're here in person right now. So with that, I would like to have a motion for us to receive. Okay, I'd like to make a motion for the recommendation for receiving, the CC plan permit. Number CDD P 25-03017 and CDLP 25-02040. Correct? May I have a motion, please?
My motion to approve,
Yes, ma'am.
I motion to approve the development plan as Zero Gertrude Avenue.
Okay. And do I have a second now? Okay, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed at this time? Hearing none, you have been granted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out, okay? I know we kind of rolled you through, but we want to be clear, okay? Thank you so very much for coming out.
No, it's very useful to be here to, that you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, we're clear. So next on the agenda, I think with the absence of the other two, and they're not here, they've been postponed until next month. We're now looking at our community. Let's see, our community report, okay?
Mhm.
So with that, we will start off with. Until I.
We usually start with the city of Richmond, but I'm not seeing anyone here from the city of Richmond.
Okay, so we're not gonna move on here. Let's move next.
The Contra Costa Housing Authority, I see Tony on the line.
Good evening, Tony. You're on.
Good evening, everybody. Wishing you all a happy holiday season. Just a real quick update on our scattered site sales, the market rate units. We have effectively sold out all of the properties with the exception of one that is a vacant lot. So that continues to be marketed. The HUD shutdown had kind of put a stop on things. We have all these purchase and sale agreements waiting to be approved by HUD before we can formally close the sales and do the legal transfer for the properties to these families. But I will say that every one of the sales went to families affiliated with the North Richmond community. And we're looking forward to finalizing those sales and getting the lot sold so we can start turning our attention really to the main campus. We're still working out our exclusive negotiating agreement with CHDC and Eden Housing for that project. And we've traded comments on that exclusive negotiating agreement a couple of times now. So we are waiting to hear back to see whether it's been finalized. And then once that is finalized, we'll execute a development agreement that will truly kind of include all the detail about timelines and the various type of housing that's going to be put on the lot. There's going to be some rental, there's going to be some home ownership, and how quickly we can expect to start seeing some activity there. I think it's going to take a while. There's still lots of money that has to be kind of sourced to the tune of probably $150–200 million and possibly more to create all the housing there. But we do have some optimistic outlooks here of getting all of that done. So that's the short of it. If anyone has any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Tony, so you said, homeownership and rental, so is the rental still the senior housing? Or did something change?
I'm sorry, it's really hard to hear, but can someone repeat that for me?
She's gonna come to the amplifier.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Hey, Tony, so
Hi.
you said that rental, it would be rentals and also home ownership. So I was just wondering, is that still the senior housing that's rentals, or did something change?
My understanding is it's still senior, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. The people.
Thank you.
How about you? My dear.
Richmond land,
Oh, no, if you had a question for me.
oh, my bad, I thought you. No question.
Okay.
But I will say it's exciting, and I'm like so grateful that we've had a lot of legacy residents from North Richmond submit offers on those properties, so just really excited about that.
Yeah, we are too. It's really kind of great.
Okay, do we have anybody on Zoom that has any questions?
I don't see a hand raised.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, thank you, and it's wonderful to hear that we're moving on. It's really coming to fruition, and it's making, and things are happening for our community, to strengthen it and for sustainability for housing. So, is no one else have anything else to say for Tony? Well,
I'll go really quickly.
okay, well, thank you, Tony. We want to close out.
Thank
with
you.
On the next one, okay, and happy holidays to you, okay?
So
And
I
to
do
you
want
all.
Hey, Tony. Hopefully we see you in person at the holiday party. So I just want to do a quick announcement for the holiday party. At our office, we do it every year, and we fundraise money for the Verdi kids.
And so we are fundraising money to give every kid a sweater and new books to take home during the holiday season. I'm gonna give you one. I have one. And this is also really a great opportunity, one, to talk to Supervisor Joya, because he's, in a great mood and he's chatting with people. And this year we are collaborating with Senator Areguin, so we'll have another, very powerful leader in the house, who will be there to ready to talk and greet people and celebrate the year. And then it's also just a great opportunity to meet other West County leaders. I think I find it like a really great place to catch up, talk about ideas, talk about initiatives, and just a time to celebrate. And we're also accepting non-perishable foods as well, and those will be given to CHCC to be part of the food giveaway this year as well. So along with the sweaters and the books, that's like kind of like a new addition this year. And it's just fun. We have a bunch of food donated from like Galaxy Desserts, pizza, tamales, pupusas, pies, coffee. Like, we really do our best to try to offer like an array of food and celebrate local businesses. So it's just such a good time and feel good and so. And I also want to invite the North Richmond MAC to the school giveaway that's happening. That one, I can send you more details, but that one is happening on Thursday at the school. And so it's another really good feel event because we're giving out the books and the hoodies, and it's just a great time to connect with the kids and the families and just be in community, kind of, as we close out the year. And just want to say thank you to everyone for another wonderful year. And I hope to see you at the next week at our holiday party, just to kind of celebrate all the little wins and then also strategize for all the things we still need to do, because the work is ongoing and it never stops. But I think being in community is so necessary for our hearts and souls. So thank you. That was my short nap.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, CHDC. We have the name here.
Okay, I'll make it really, really quick. For the community services coordinator, Mr. Kalu, these are his stats, his monthly report for November. So his key matrix are 92 total infractions for the month. Infractions means that when he did his patrol, this is how many he actually reported and found. And then we have 19 dump site cases, which means that somebody just cleaned out their house and just dumped their mattresses, frames, everything. 45 plus abandoned vehicles were towed. They did a big, the sheriff's department did a big sweep. Yeah, so 45 plus vehicles were abandoned, were towed. 24 cases involving hazardous materials, 14 e-waste, which is the appliances. 43 tires were just found and reported. And then 13 gas totals, oil, paint, and paint containers, 34 household furnitures, and 68 trash and scattered in different neighborhoods. So all those things were reported and picked up. And then for me, real quick, I'll just go real quick. My numbers are for illegal dumping. For October, I reported 516. Hazardous materials was 57, and 10 pieces of evidence were collected in the garbage and trash that were thrown. For November, we have 438, and then we have 50 reported to the city. That's the hazardous material, and 12 pieces of evidence were collected. So we're doing really, really good there. And so I'm working with the grantees. They've already started their cleanup projects. Kalu and I, we did our patrol walk, Wildcat Creek. We've encountered, there's
more collaboration that we are gonna be, trying to get together, because there is a lot of unhoused on the train tracks. And so there's a lot of debris everywhere. So we're gonna be working closely with the other agencies to get that back on track. And then, okay, that's it for that. So my next hat is, we had our American Red Crossings for the Corrine Senior and Family Community Center, our Red Cross blood drive. We had 19 donors, and that was a success. That was a huge success to have that, So it really is gonna help save a life and fight against sickle cell disease. So that was like very powerful. And then the next day we had our pre-Thanksgiving giveaway, and we had food everywhere. It was so much. I'd like to thank my sponsors. I don't want to forget anybody, but I want to thank the sponsors. It was huge. It was huge. We served 250 people, but think about the children, this is where they had collard greens. I mean, they just had a lot of food. I mean, Urban Tilt, they donated, we had bell peppers and tomatoes and yams, the celery, we had everything. It was really nice. And from that, when the people came to the pantry on Tuesday, they actually thanked everyone, because it really helped them financially not have to go out and spend the money too. So that was great. And now I'm gearing up for the toy drive. So we're doing a huge toy drive. Please drop items off at 515 Silver Avenue. The event will be a week before the holidays. So I will keep, and we're asking for warm coats. So in interim, we'd like the toys, warm coats, but then also we would like to have some gifts for teenagers. So we're partnering with Social Progress. And so they will be receiving their toys, and they'll set up the elf workshop in there, and the kids get to go get their toys, and then we'll have things spread out for all ages. Okay, that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Before Janine leave, I would just like to put a plug in for Urban Tilt. Urban Tilt was just fantastic to everybody during the Thanksgiving holidays. They had, like Janine said, they had greens, they had the bell peppers, they had bok choy, they had onions, apples, you name it.
Yes.
Urban Tilt was on their job, okay? And
Yes.
Janine didn't miss in the sewing class,
Oh, the sewing, oh, I missed the sewing class. So the sewing class, Cynthia actually has a friend that she referred to me. And so they're going on their 4th week of sewing class. So they have made beautiful tote bags already. Actual sewing machines have been in this building. And so we have a really large class. And so tomorrow, on Thursday, they'll be finishing up making their pillows. Yes, and then I have contacted the Community Heritage a senior coordinator, and she's actually going to see if Mary and her team could also have a class over at the senior apartments. So, yeah, thank you again, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
So, we say one of the best for last, but we're getting ready to look at. Thank you for your report. It was excellent. Thank you. So next, is, Richmond Land.
Yeah, we have a short update. So Richmond Land, we're the first community land trust here in Richmond and West Contra Costa County. And what we're doing is we're gathering folks to be involved, to come to use as a community. We can all come together to use this entity to remove land and property from the market and hold in our trust. And what that means is that we become the decision makers and the stewards of critical assets that exist in our neighborhood, so we don't have to rely on outside sources or private entities to come and buy, purchase up all this property, right? So Richmond Land was the organization, actually the first organization who started to organize around the Los Deltas properties. And from that advocacy and that, organizing, we were one of the nonprofit organizations that were awarded sites as a developer. But as we are a new emerging developer, we only have one property in our portfolio at the moment. But as a new emerging developer, we're exploring partnerships right now. So we're, exploring conversations with CHDC and other local, affordable housing, providers and developers that are around here in Richmond to help partner with us so that we could complete the vision for an eco-village right in front of Verde Elementary. So we were awarded those 2 sites that are located in front of Verde Elementary, in which we hope to, develop an entire eco-village. Now, as my first year as a new executive director here, we found out very quickly that the conceptual design of small footprint homes, of tiny homes, where it's just not feasible for our entity right now, and it wouldn't be feasible probably for other entities that we're trying to explore partnerships with. So we are going to be changing the design program to offer those larger units. So on the larger site, we hope to just do a rehab and adaptive reuse model of still trying to keep the eco-village vibe there, but there will be larger units. And then on the small side, we want to keep our conceptual design, small footprint homes, so that we can have that mixed, those mixed housing programs there for folks. And that brought our development costs down. So we're hoping to keep moving forward and gain site control at the end of this year or early next year on those properties. And we're hoping to bring these new housing opportunities to North Richmond within 3 years. So we're really looking forward to developing, making this vision a reality. I hope that people can get involved in the North Richmond Eco Village. We have an interest list that's circulating right now to get people involved in this project, our community, as well as our membership. So you can become a member of Richmond Land. Anyone can become a member of our CLT and help us make decisions for the organization as well as for our community.
Okay, thank you. That was my report. So next, and not least, and this is our last report. So it is time for urban health.
Nice to meet you this evening. I'll make of you a flyer.
Well, thank you.
A couple of events we have coming up. All right, so let me see who's online. Okay. Oh, everybody there knows me. Hey. Okay, so I'm Latifa. I work at the North Richmond Farm. I'm the community engagement manager for the North Richmond Farm. It's at 323 Brookside Drive. It's a 3-acre farm, actually 10 acres. We're working on 3 acres right now. So,
We were deal. We were there.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We did we installed pipes, we did the sidewalk.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so as you know, we inspire and hire locally, and so we provide fresh produce to 500 families a week. Some of it's grown on our farm, and we also partner with local farmers. And so what you see on the farm, the produce goes to our CSA program. It goes to our free farm stands. We also have lots of paid opportunities throughout the year from ages 15 to 34. This year it was like 15 to 34, depending on what training it was. So our fellows just graduated. We gave away 13,000 plants this year, both like at events, and then also every week you can come and just get free starter plants for your garden. I've heard a lot from the community about their gardens and how they're doing from the starter plants. So we just celebrated 20 years, our 20th year anniversary. So thank you for all who are able to come and participate. Started with 5 volunteers, and now we have over 80 plus employees. And yeah, we have like 14 programs, 14 program offerings. We're very happy to be able to. So last month we did like 450 bags to different groups. So here we're here at Kareem Sane. We also partner with New Hope, and I think there was one other. We work with Miss Cynthia. So just very happy to be able to contribute. And I think, oh, let me tell you about a couple of things we have coming up. Cheryl, I see you're online. Did you want to share about our event coming up on Saturday or anything else?
Yeah, for sure. So on Saturday, well, hi everybody, Cheryl with Urban South, with the Watershed crew. We have an event on Saturday from 10 to 12, I believe, making some really awesome native plant salves. We're going to be doing a mugwort salve, which is a California native that was also grown by our awesome water restoration team. We're going to have Tamu Mosley come and showcase how to make these salves, and you'll be able to take a salve home. I would also love to highlight our Basins of Relations apprentices who will be finishing the training program next week. They've done 3 months of extensive work in Wildcat Creek and all around, excuse me, all the sites that our watershed restoration crew does. These individuals have learned about like water restoration, renewable energy. They've learned like environmental friendly practices and things like that. So it's really awesome to see people from our community be able to join these programs and partake in them.
Yeah, very cool. So if you we have you can register for the Saturday event. I'm really excited about the salve. You know, when I first got to Urban Till, I purchased a salve. There was a team called Value Added Team, and I'm just about out of the salve. So I'm really excited about the Saturday event to be able to get some more salve. And yeah, we're gonna be at the Lucky A's ballpark, Walcott Creek, and that's Saturday at 10. And you can just scan the code on the flyer to register.
Very good. Okay, was there anyone else? That was it, right? As I stated before. So with that, this is concluding our meeting for this evening for that. And I would like to thank you all for attending. And we will be seeing you next year. Next year? Yes, next year, January 6th, 2026. And with that, I would like to thank you all for participating this year. And hope to see you next year. And happy holidays to you all. And have a wonderful evening. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.